Since the beginning, I have been a support hero through and through. I love the sitting in the back, really kind of dictating how the battle goes, but not really being in, the limelight. It's one of my favorite things to be a healer and a support player. No wonder I was so happy to hear of Narbash coming out in back in Legacy, but unfortunately his healing wasn't really that much of a thing. It is now, but it's still not that strong, and I in fact want to be even more of a angel for my team. So this build is focused around being a wonderful support Narbash. So ladies and gentlemen, that is pretty much it. It's a very, very supportive Narbash build called Rhythmic Healing. Rhythmic Healing, it was more meant for focusing on AoE healing, but I'm still going to call it that simply because I like the build name so much. It's based around Purity Sensor, Tempest Pearl, and Honor the Pure with a Chronomancer disc to make sure that you can use your strong abilities just quicker. And that's pretty much it. And these four here, and a strong tempered and tune plate, although we might see if we need that ward later on as well. So here we go, right off the bat. I love the fact we can use Shepherds, Menders, and a Scout's ward right off the bat, but it looks like, have I forgotten my ward? Are you serious? Well then, we're not going to do that and instead go for Circlet of Health. That is absolutely ridiculous how I have not have that. So right off the bat here, we definitely have to go for Thunk. That is the strongest ability that Narbash has, maybe beside his ultimate, but even that, I think his Thunk is probably the strongest one. What it is, it's a straight up stun. It's a projectile stun for 0.9 seconds if you can land it. And yeah. How do I like to play off the start? Aggressive. Aggressive indeed. So I'm just going to try to use my Thunk here to catch this Bellica kind of off guard here just a little bit, but I don't want to necessarily kind of, screw over my Murdoch too much. There is a very fine balance between using your Thunk aggressively to secure kills, but also defensively in order to actually, save people. So can they, can our Countess kill that, the Chimera? No, she can't. So that's basically it. With the Circle of Health, we're going to be very easy time here, keeping our Murdoch alive, and that's pretty much it. I'm just waiting for that moment to hit the Bellica when there isn't a ton of minion waves there to just kind of turn on our Murdoch as soon as we yeah. So I'm gonna get March here. I'm actually going to, what the leg? Holy cow! I hope you guys saw that. That was some pretty stupid leg. Wow. So that's really it. You want to, if she is if the enemy offlaner is pushed up, you can really easily give her a good thunk. Actually, kind of, there we go, and just a little bit of a poke. But it does take quite a bit of mana. 90 mana, you have to be careful. So that was not a prime target there. There were prime moment to get that. So I'm going to try to make sure that we get those last hits at all times. And it looks like our friendly team's actually doing a pretty darn good job here. So that makes me nice and happy. The next ability we got was definitely March. It's an AoE speed buff. What happens is you use it and you give 65 max movement speed to nearby allies for 3 seconds. So it's a fantastic ability here to see this voice comms here in this here in the strong safe lane is definitely very much necessary, because you really need to make sure that you, there we go. But again, yeah, see that you really need voice comms here in this strong lane, just to be like 3, 2, 1, and then you can go in and then coordinate everything and because otherwise it's really, really hard to do anything else. Last ability is Song of My People. It's a toggled aura that you can toggle on and off. What it does is it gives you 10 health regen for every two nearby allies, while also costing you 11 mana per second. So it's basically a 1-to-1, a little bit heavier on the mana side, but you can use it to some effect. Get some good amount of. Right at the last moment, I glitch as my mouse here. For some reason, it's feeling a little weird here. The second time that's happened, so. You really need to land those thunks. As I actually really enjoy Narbash. I really like Narbash. How he plays. Here we go. Can we finish him off? No, we can't. So the Circlet of Health is going to be absolutely really nice to just keep us nice and topped up. We have one more stun, which as soon as she gets out here, I'm going to be able to stun her in place. There we go. Let's do that. Oh, but very nicely done. Very nicely done indeed with the stun. And that's going to be a 2-person kill for that Bellica. Fantastically done. Wow. Hey, can't really say much about that. So after Circle of Health, we will need to go into the Lord's Ward. You really need that ward. Can't really not get it. I'm going to mana potion. I think I'm going to get a mana potion just to really kind of help out the mana department so we can use our ability a little bit more, be a little bit more aggressive in lane. 4 points here. We're going in for our Circlet of Mana here. Or Circlet of Mana, it's a really nice card to really kind of help keep up that mana so you can use some abilities here. We're going to go for a barrier token and a guard token here just to kind of help against that poke that we will be getting, as well as some damage here from some abilities. Now we're facing off against the Twin Blast and the Muriel and that Bellica. That is going to be very nice. So here we are. We're trying to support our team, and yes, we do indeed. We simply gave our friendly team there the March ability to make sure that they had increased movement speed while they took down what's her face? Who do we just kill? Bellica. So I'm going to come in from behind here, see if we can see if we can secure any kills here. I'm going to give our march this though, because we have to go back ourselves. Little bit of a extension there, trying to secure something, but nothing came of it. So definitely need some wards here, as I'm not sure exactly what our team is doing, but now we're just going to need. Great. We're just gonna need to let that Circlet of Health and Circlet of Mana just tick away. It's very strong, and I'm kind of want to get this the black buff here. Yeah, you can get that black buff. Should definitely be the Murdoch there for that increased dot damage. Now at comboing is really actually quite nice with Narbash. You get Crash Bang Boom is your ultimate here. And there we go, that's one dead. Muriel, oh my goodness! Oh boy, nicely done by that Muriel there. But the Chimera. Oh! And not much I can do besides, I can't do very much, sorry there. I'm gonna try to do this, but nothing I can do. Like body blocking there would have just made I would have died myself. So sometimes you gotta let him die, unfortunately, and now I need help. So very much reliant on that mana. Obviously, his abilities are very powerful. So we're going to just try to or just completely die and tower dive, because tower dive is a damn freaking thing. Fuck. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, it's really annoying. It feels like you have no security in your own tower sometimes. So the next ability here we're going for is, I mean, those abilities really hurt. But the enemy team, let's see here, a lot of basic attack. Muriel, not so much. Bellica's ability and attack. So it's really tough to say. I'm gonna maybe just go for the this tempered plate just for now, and I think that's gonna have to be what it is. Just just because ability armor, the math says you need a lot of health first, so we're gonna err on the side of the math. Just kind of let us level up, and then we can go into ability armor later. Now, he didn't really explain his ultimate because he didn't just have the time there. Crash Bang Boom, it's an AoE of 280 ability damage over 3 seconds. It also has a 500 max movement speed slow, but it ends with a knock-up. Oh, of course that happens. And it ends with a knock-up. So there is a interrupt in the ability itself. So if you can time it, it works all right, but the issue is that it takes a long time. It takes 3 whole seconds for the ability to kind of go off. So there's actually, there we go. Can actually do this here. Hopefully we can kill him. Okay, nope. Or we're just instantaneously deleted, as there is a Muriel on the enemy team. Well, I should have known that. I have no map awareness apparently, and should have known that. So we're gonna finish off the tempered plate here. And that's about it. After this, we're going into a weak tuned barrier here. And then some of our very key cards. Honor the Pure, give us that shield, Purity Sensor to remove all debuffs, and Tempest Pearl to give us another way to increase our movement speed. It really is quite something, and I really enjoy the card a lot. In terms of upgrading your abilities, I really like the idea of going for Thunk, just because that little bit increased duration for the stun and the increased damage, of course, and the reduced cooldown reduction is I think reduced cooldown is really powerful. It is very powerful, so you really need to upgrade Thunk, I think. But Song of My People has actually been increased too, so it's really up to you. I think the stun is really powerful. That's what I go for. Thunk, then March, then Song of My People. But of course, always upgrading your ultimate as much as possible. So what you need to think of is what abilities can you use here to counter the enemy team. So for example, that Chimera, he has his Chimera combo, his ambush into his ultimate, so you can, if you time it right, you can just get it just perfect, so that you can interrupt right as he's starting his ultimate, but not quite hit yet. So if you can time it just right, you can let him ambush onto you, and then boom, thunk him to interrupt his ultimate. It's so satisfying, absolutely monstrously satisfying. So really powerful. We're actually going to go back as well, just because I'm not going to get anywhere anytime soon. We have 4 card points to get almost this tuned barrier here for some health. And at this point, we're starting to level up. We're starting to get that mana regen and the mana as well, so we can forego that mana, circlet of mana, and now just kind of go for a health potion and a health token, as we kind of have 2 points to spend. So we have a 3v2 here with the Greystone coming in from behind. We can see if we can do anything, but Greystone? Ooh, there's a sword! Ooh, come on, baby! Okay, well, we can use this for increased movement speed. Okay, that degenerated into nothing. I was waiting for the Kwang to throw his sword, just because he had his sword postured and everything, but nothing came of it. So you're trying to complement your allies. You're trying to complement and kind of amplify what they do. If the Kwang there is going to root somebody in place, so then you can simply just use your. See, I'm gonna. Oh, he did get his stun. I'm gonna use this to increase there. I'm actually gonna use this to try to stun somebody here. There we go. I'm gonna use this, hopefully to. Okay. I'm just instantaneously dead. Of course. So I was trying to stun the Chimera there that leapt onto our Kwang, but nothing happened. Or I just didn't time it right. I maybe it was a little bit too early there. Rats. 4 card power, not enough to get anything here. Obviously going to get Honor the Pure first, as that is definitely the much more powerful of these, arguably, but is going to obviously help there in that situation, kind of absorb all of the damage that we just did take. After that, I like Tempest Pearl next, and then Purity Sensor, which works very nice. 6, 6, and 8. It works to get as much power as possible. After that, then we're going to go do a strong... and then we're going to go into a strong tempered plate here, and then we kind of get the ability, armor, and health on other cards, so we actually don't get a tuned barrier later on. As we can use the other cards here, the Tempest Pearl to get some, and the health on the Purity Sensor, and the Honor the Pure. Here we go! Can we make something happen here? Send this Muriel so we can get that. There we go! Yeah! There we go. Finally able to make something happen there. Able to accentuate our Kwang here with a stun, keeping those enemies rooted nice in place here. Well, of course I miss. He doesn't step to the side as well as I would have liked, and there we go. Yeah! So I saw that the Greystone's ultimate there was keeping everybody nice and close together, so I had a really easy time using my ultimate there. The Chimera had already used his ultimate, so that is a source of a stun that I had to kind of take into account that didn't exist anymore. There you go. So kind of thinking, you kind of have to be a little bit of a... You need a lot of strategy, simply because you need to kind of take into account who... who's used their interrupt and who hasn't, in order to be the most effective for sure on Narbash, because it's really easy. They have 3 seconds to stun you out of your ultimate, so you have to be kind of really careful. Gotta be really careful, because they can just stun you out of that, and then as soon as you're stunned, well, pretty much dead. So we do have enough for Honor the Pure, so we could go back here. Could get some mana as well, so that could be definitely maybe something we do. Yeah, so let's go back here, get these last hits, maybe go back, get Honor the Pure. Here's a fantastic collapse onto the enemy team. Let's see what we can do. There's the CC train, but let's... the freaking leg! The freaking leg there totally disrupted my aim there, as I totally overshot. It's not even lag, it's just input. It's a random stutters that happen that I completely don't understand. So I'm just going to use my healing here, my healing aura, to give some health here to this Murdoch, as we also have our circlet of health. So there's the Kwang going there in the left lane, putting down our wards at all times as possible, simply because we want to. There we go. We're going to do this here. Done that. Come on, please. Okay, so we did. We did. Good. I'm gonna use this Honor the Pure here, just so that if they try to do anything, but that degenerated very quickly. As damn. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to stay there, and I think I just All right, so wasn't enough there. They did focus me down too early, so. Damn, that really does hurt. So the Chronomancer disc will come later, but I don't want to get anything else. We're just saving up for these Tempest Pearl and the Purity Sensor. We simply don't have enough. Alright, the Narbash has been absolutely crazy here, and of course we just walked right into that ultimate. Wow, this Greystone is just going ham here. Let's use our ult. Okay, we're not. So let's use this here for some movement speed. I'm going to use Honor the Pure here. Take away some of this damage, and now we should definitely just retreat. Thought we were going to be able to do a little bit more than that, but no, the Greystone did have to leave. He didn't have his ultimate anymore, so that's simply just how it works sometimes, as we weren't there in time to really support our Greystone. So really, I mean, Narbash kind of simple, but there's really like... There's really strong nuances you need to kind of know with Narbash. Like, there's if you use his abilities properly at the right moments, oh, it is so powerful. If you don't, they're just completely wasted, and all of a sudden, you're just a big booty that just stands there. And kind of just is a big source of XP for everybody. So it's not really, it's kind of You really got to use them appropriately. So there's the Kwang. I mean, the... Gonna do that there. Stop the Chimera from doing that. I would much have rather to interrupt his ultimate, but he didn't use it, and I thought, you know, that split second decision you have to say, like, is he using his ultimate or not? No? Bam. Then you hit him with it. So, we are making a very risky decision, but we are going for it. We're going for a tier 1 tower, and... Alright, so let's see here. We're going to use Honor the Pure. Oh, boy. We're going to do this here with our... Oh, there's a stun. Did it work? Yes, it did, actually. So let's do here... Oh, boy. No idea what's happening. Okay. Let's see if our teammates can finish this off. Nope, not even a chance. We were diving for that tier 1, so hopefully that does pay off. But hopefully the mid lane isn't taken for us. So that, I mean, strategically as a team, it probably wasn't the smartest idea. But I really we went for the tier 2, and we got it. So hopefully that hurts them a little bit here. Next card is the Purity Sensor here in the second slot. We have 5. We need 3 more. We need 3 more to get it. We could maybe switch out. Nah, that doesn't really do anything. The next card here is the Chronomancer disc for this tuned barrier. But until we upgrade some of these cards for that barrier that we're going to lose, we're not going to really... We're not going to upgrade it. Ooh, I was thinking there of going in on this gadget, but no, didn't quite happen. Alright, well, that is one thing you need to consider here with Narbash. The opportunities you have to totally kind of stun the enemy, use an ability or two to help your team get into a favorable position, and then continue on from there. So is that the Kwang all by himself? No. I think so this Greystone should be okay. Diving towers, as this is what he does here. So now I'm gonna think, what are some prime opportunities here we can use to disrupt the enemy? So let's go in here. We use the stun here, so let's use this, and that should really focus down this Bellica nice and easy. There we go. I should use Honor the Pure there, but that should be fine. Now we push this. So I have 2 abilities here to really use. So let's see here what we do. Oh, goodness. Use Honor the Pure, as I didn't see that. Oh, and of course, so I'm going to use my my health here as we can go in here. I'm going to, miss that. Now I'm just going to be a little bit helpful. I'm going to try to sit on the back lines and just kind of let this go along. Yeah. Our health regen's a little bit fine. So let's, Core is going on here. We're going to do that. The Kwang, time to get out of here. Oh boy, we live. Woohoo! We're going to use, are you shitting me? Alright, so Purity Sensor here in the second slot. Now at this point we need a little bit of health and some mana here in order to get or some health and ability armor in order to take away this tuned barrier. So if we do get this Chronomancer disc here in this, I would prefer to have those upgrades all fine and dandy right off the bat so we can go put it right into there. So we need a little bit of ability armor and some health first. So we're going to get one ability armor and another health before we replace this tomb barrier. So not the best idea ever here to go in with 5 of the enemy team and they all have Prime Orb on. So, I didn't stun him in time. That's just 1 dead Countess. I mean, there's not much I can do in here. Instead of just use my ultimate here. Wow, just incinerated. I'm not like there's no reason for us to be engaging right now. Yeah. No reason to engage. That was the most ridiculous engagement we should not have done that. So, alright, for card power, we're gonna get some We're gonna have some barrier and then go into, oh, you know what, we're just gonna go for this, upgrade this here, and then get some. So now we have all of our endgame cards. Now we can go into some nice, good health and barrier to finish off our build. And then, obviously, we have our strong tempered plate to replace this one. Once we've kind of done that, should be nice and dandy. Alright, I'm going to try to protect our... again, a little too late with that damn stun on the Chimera. I swear I just nail it every time, but just a millisecond too late. And that's pretty much Narbash. I mean, you got to use it correctly for at the right moments, or else you just kind of miss out on his true potential. Interruption, facilitation, that is him. So you really just gotta kind of gotta be careful and use it right at the right moments. Alright, we're on the back foot here, but I think we can make something work here. So the Kwang should get away. Yeah, he should. And the input leg right there. Alright, so as long as I can just facilitate this Murdoch here. He does have a shield, good. My thunk! There we go, isolate this. I'm gonna use my shield. Oh, there we go, there's a pick. Alright, so oh boy, that tankiness is absolutely needed, and they're kind of ignoring their left lane. So if they if they don't take care of that, then they're going to be in trouble. So 5, I kind of want to finish this, but those abilities hurt so much. So we are simply going to have to go into some barrier and then boost up that basic armor later on, because those abilities are just so painful. They really hurt. All right, so we have. I always start the damn recording after the fact. Nothing really special. We were simply able to thunk a gadget there. It was nothing really special. The gadget was trying to come in to steal Orb Prime. We thunked her, and then we used our ultimate to keep her rooted and disrupt her to get to getting the orb, Prime Orb. So really wasn't that special. And then I just thunked the Chimera to stun him from ulting one of my friends. So hey, not much really to say there, but that's kind of what you want to do. And with those other active abilities and with your good abilities to increase movement speed, you can be quite a beast. Let's take a look at the build. So ladies and gentlemen, here is the build. You start off with a Mender's File, Shepherd's File, and a Scout's Ward that we actually have in here. I have no idea why that wasn't in here. It absolutely should have been. Mender's File, Scout's Ward, Shepherd's File. It's much more versatile, so that first 3 CP, you can really use it to put down wards, keep your friends' mana up, keep your carries' health up. It's really good. That is definitely what I would do. Then it's into the Circle of Health, the Lord's Ward, Circlet of Mana. After that, you get your weak Tempered Plate and Tuned Barrier. After that, then you get Honor of the Pure, then Tempest Pearl, then Purity Sensor. Save those upgrades for later. Then you get the Chronomancer Disc to replace your Tuned Barrier. But before you do that, or after that, make sure you have enough CP to get some health and some barrier back. After that, then you just kind of upgrade Honor of the Pure, Tempest Pearl, and Purity Sensor, while replacing your weak Tempered Plate with your strong one. So that's pretty much it. The end game build, guys: Purity Sensor, Tempest Pearl, Honor the Pure, Chronomancer Disc, Tempered Plate, Lord's Ward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very nice. These 3 you can combo so well. If you're rooted, you can use Tempest Pearl. Purity Sensor. If allies are rooted, you can use Purity Sensor, then into the Honor of the Pure to shield them from incoming damage, to thunk the enemy that is on them so they can get away, into a Tempest Pearl to increase their movement speed. Like, it's just nuts. Plus, you have your own movement speed increase with your Q ability. It's just insane. I've had some monstrous plays with this build in particular because it's just so awesome. What a build. I absolutely love it. not necessarily as tanky as I would like to, but I mean, I just don't think tankiness is a thing anymore. So it's just something you gotta have to live with. So there you guys go. Let me know what you guys think of this build down in the comments, because I'm sure some of you will think maybe not enough tank, maybe too many actives. Let me know what you think down there in the comments. Please like this video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it, share it with the community, guys, please. And of course, subscribe if you like this gameplay, simply found it enjoyable, or especially if you found it useful, please subscribe so I can do it for you later. Till next time, like always, stay optimistic and positive.